No makeup, no rules, no filter, no format. Who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? Hold on. Hold on. All right. I decided to come to the pool. This fancy schmancy little hotel I'm staying at. Oh! It's warm. The water's actually warm. I'm all by myself. I have the whole pool to myself. Check this out. It's an indoor pool. There's an outdoor pool as well. If prompted, I may escape to the outdoor pool. Because I don't know. I mean, like, it's nice that I have this whole place to myself right now. But it's a little eerie. It's a little weird. I'm not gonna lie. Look at this pool is like metal. Like, I don't know if you can see that, if you like understand what's going on here, but the pool has like a metal, like an aluminum metal kind of floor, and it's a little weird. I don't know how I feel about it. Let's see. What's up? What's up to everyone? Let me see. I'm guessing this is probably a better way to hold the camera, so I'm just gonna keep it this way. Hope y'all are doing well. It is Wednesday. It's hump day. It's hump day, ladies and gentlemen. And let me tell you, it has been a hump day. So yesterday I was going to do a stream with Das Baum and his lovely girlfriend, Anna. And I just ran into a few issues. The bus ended up having this like crazy leak, but get this. So, also please let me know if you can hear me okay, because I'm using this Rode mic, but there's a huge echo in here. So let me know if you guys are hearing the echo, if it sounds good. Let me know what's going on. I have to burp. Someone told me burps are cute, so I'm gonna do it without muting myself. Actually, I'm good. I don't have to do it anymore. So what I was saying is that I drove over the Smoky Mountains, and as I was driving over the Smokies, I ended up having a couple moments of distress because it was, you know, when you run out of gas and you hit the pedal to accelerate and it just doesn't go. So that happened a couple times. I had a full tank of gas and I was just like, what is going on? Like, why is my bus doing this? And then it was fine, totally fine. Got to the place I was staying and no issues. I had a very minor oil leak, but I've been told that with this kind of engine, that's to be expected. In fact, the guys who looked at it today, the mechanics who looked at it today were like, if it's not leaking, you need to make sure you're not out of oil, because if it's not leaking, there might be an issue. These types of engines are prone to leakage, and it's good and it's expected. So anyways, a little bit of an oil leak, but when I got to where I was staying, I stayed there the night, and then the next morning I had to go to Harbor Freight to pick something up. And mind you, I just driven over the Rockies. It was, you know, the bus overheated a little bit. Not, you know, no smoke or anything like that. Nothing crazy. And thank you so much, Crypto Sloth. Hey, Sloth is streaming in what, like half an hour? I messaged you because I was like, I don't want to cross streams, bro. I'm probably not going to stream for long, and I'll have everyone who's here, all 4 of you, head over to Sloth's stream in a minute. Yeah, basically, I just want to share that I want to be authentic, right? That's one of the things that I really strive to do in my streaming and in my life in general. And not every day is a good day. Like, I'm a very positive person. I'm already gonna start crying. You all know, like, obviously, like, I'm very positive, and I have a very positive mindset and mind frame. Let me finish the story. So, drove to Harbor Freight, spent the night at the Harvest Host, drove to Harbor Freight in the morning, drove back, and then when I got back to my host spot, the bus was just like leaking, like a constant drip of this fluid, and I had no idea what kind of fluid it was or what was going on. I was just like, I'm so sorry about your driveway. You know, I put some cardboard and something else underneath it so that it wasn't gonna ruin their driveway. But you know, obviously I had an issue. So I was like, you know what? I don't want to bother these poor people and ruin their freaking driveway. So I decided to leave. I left my host and I drove to a different host. Luckily, that dude had a mechanic that he knew of right down the street from where he was. So I took it to the mechanic and I was like, I showed them the video. I took a video of when it was leaking and what was going on with that. And I showed them, I was like, hey, like, you know, there's something going on. There's this leak that I'm having. And they looked at everything and they were like checking it out. And they're like, we don't see a leak. Like, you know, and it stopped leaking. Like I stopped to get gas and it leaked a little. I stopped again to get coolant because I figured out that's what was leaking was the coolant. So I stopped to get coolant and it wasn't leaking anymore. And then I got to the mechanic and it still wasn't leaking. They were like, we'll bring it back in the morning and we'll take a look, we'll do some testing, we'll try and figure out what's up. So all this to say, you know, like, so I went this morning, I took it back to the mechanic. They did a couple different pressure tests to find out if they could figure out what the issue was. And, you know, real sweet, I love the fucking South, y'all. I love the South, okay? People are genuine and wonderful and magical. I think that's why, even though I tried to move back to LA, I couldn't, because it's just a whole different monster. But this mechanic in Charlotte was basically like, hey, look, had you not taken that video of your shit leaking, we would have thought you were a crazy woman, because there's no leak. Like it's not happening. So like they tried to recreate the scenario and have it leak, and like looked at my hoses and looked like all these different things. No issues. They couldn't find anything wrong with it. And I was like, all right, cool. Like, hopefully everything works out all right. And I'll be in Charlotte for the next few days. So they said if anything else comes up, to take it back. All that to say, I mean, this whole story really just to tell you that I have my bad days too. I wasn't going to stream today because I feel like shit. I do. I had a really hard time yesterday. It's ironic because 2 days ago, I was telling someone about the fact that I've had so many issues with this bus. And then for the last like month and a half or two, it's been fine. Everything's been cool. I'm just chugging along, keep on trucking, right? Like everything's fine. And then this random thing happens with the coolant. And of course I'm at a mechanic again. And you know, just, yeah. Luckily it wasn't much. I spent like $50 on just having them diagnose it or whatever. So not a big deal. But it's disheartening. Like it really can be frustrating when you're on the road. And here's the thing, like I'm a Sagittarius. Whether or not you give credence to horoscopes or you believe in any of that, let me tell you what they say about Sagittarians, okay? Constantly learners, always learning. That's 100% me. I always want to be on the cutting edge. I always want to learn what the next big thing is, what the next thing to learn is. That's why I love sci-fi and crypto so much, because Richard makes me smarter. Okay, when I started reading sci-fi and I went into that project and I started doing the audiobook, there were moments that I hadn't had this kind of learning process happen in years, where I had to stop as I was reading the book, right, to do the audiobook. I had to stop and look up names. I had to look up definitions. I had to look up all these different things so that I could pronounce things correctly, so that I could say things in the right manner. And that stimulates me so much. I'm such a student of the world, right? Like if I'm not learning, I'm bored as fuck, right? And who wants to be bored in this life, right? There's so much out there. So, and secondly, travel. It'd be hard. I think you'd be hard pressed to find a Sagittarian who's happy with staying where they're at all the time and being in one place constantly. Now, whether or not that rings true for all people of, that are born during that time or whatever, who knows? But those are a couple of things that have rung true in my life and are definitely things that I continue to do. So traveling all the time, always learning. While I feel at home on the road, there are moments that I have where I just wonder, like, is this okay? Am I doing the right thing? Am I living my life to the fullest potential of who I am and what it is that I have to contribute to the world? So I love, I love the fact that I'm out here, doing this thing, being on tour, promoting the PulseChain. It's part of my personality. It's part of who I am. I have people close to me in my life that are just like, it's crazy that you're just out there like doing this. And, some people would say that I don't have any stability, but I think to me what stability is instability. Can I say that? Can instability be stability, right? Is that possible? So this is a little weird. I can hear myself echoing. The pool is warm and I want to be outside. So if you all wouldn't mind, come with me, come travel with me. We're going to go find the outdoor pool and see what's up over there. I'm going to say what's up to the chat while I'm doing that. So give me a moment. If you have a question, if you want to say a thing, if you want to say hello, put it in the chat, y'all. I wonder, if Twitter is streaming this, because I got blocked. I got blocked by Twitter the other day because of my orgasm stream, which oddly enough, we did not even talk about orgasms that much. So whatever, Elon, sweetheart, you want to know. Hey, the gist of that also, if you all are interested, is that women should have more and men should have less. Interesting, right? I'm going to read more about the men aspect of it, but all right, let's go find the outdoor pool. Okay. Oh, right, chat. Yes. Okay. So DJ Bomber says, evening, SJ. Hello, DJ Bomber. Thank you so much for your support. I need to get back on your messages that you sent me and the drum and bass. Boy, drum and bass all day long. I'm so stoked. Okay, so you guys, I have to go in an elevator. I might lose you. Let's hope. Let's hope and pray that I don't lose you in the elevator. Okay, so hold on. Bright Light 57 says, what up, SJ? What up, Bright Light? Good to see you. Anna says, hi there. Hi, Anna. We're going to reassess our time. Okay, going in the elevator. Let's see what happens. Hold tight, everyone. If I bleep out, I'll be right back. Okay, hold on. Ooh, elevator music. I think their elevator connection's fine. Hey, I know there's an indoor pool on the second floor. Where's the outdoor pool?
So just go down the hallway to the right.
Okay, cool. Thank you. What is happening here? Champagne. Can you be on camera? Is that okay? No? Okay, that's okay. That's right. Can I have some champagne?
Yeah, of course.
Y'all.
Rosé and Prosecco is fine.
I'll have rosé. Yeah. And this is free for guests?
Yes.
Y'all, I'm having free rosé. Le Meridian. I'm a big fan. I like this place a lot. I'm live streaming, so. How cool is this? Do you guys do this every day?
Yeah, 4 to 7.
4 to 7. Okay, good to know. I'm about it. Yeah. I'm not going to get you in this. I'm going to turn the camera around and just like do the sparkling. That's okay? Okay. All right, hold on.
YouTubing?
I am YouTubing. To several people on the internet.
I mean, like you.
Do you want to be on the internet?
No.
Thank you so much. And you said to just go down this way? Okay. Awesome. Thank you so much. What's that? I'm going to the pool.
You know how many people will be chasing you around?
We'll see, man. I don't know. The other pool was empty, so. You mean my men?
Let me get a little bit.
Hey, have a good one. Oh, my life. Y'all, all right, so look at this. Would you look at this? I'm so fancy. You already know. All right, okay, I see the pool. I can see it. We're going to the pool together. This is great. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. Give me a moment. I just got a free glass of rosé. I love this place. I'm so about this. 4 to 7. Beautiful. Beautiful. Hold on. I just go straight out to the pool. Okay. And again, this pool is empty. Y'all. All by myself. Oh, I lied. There's another girl soaking it up. That's cool. We'll be fine. It's fine. Push. Okay. Sweet. Here we are. All right. Oh, fuck, it's hot. Woo, the South. Damn. I don't know how you all do it. I mean, I've lived in Austin for the last 15 years, and I can't anymore. Like, I'm done. So that's been the crazy thing, right? Is people ask me where I live all over when I'm doing this tour. And I'm just like, in this bus. That's where I live, yo. You know, having lived in Austin for the last 15 or so years and having this heat sickness, it just doesn't jive with me. So not moving back to Austin. Still considering Puerto Rico, but we'll see. All right, let me get back to the chat. Let's see. Hannah, yeah. Hey, girl, hey. Bright Light, thank you for letting me know about the echo. Hopefully it should be a lot better now. Obviously, no echo outside. Crypto Sloth says, yo. Magnus says, hey, SJ, what's up, Magnus? Crypto says, we Southern folk are pretty dope. 100%. Hey, man, I'm so stoked to meet you. And what, let's see, today's Wednesday? Saturday? 3 days. I get to actually hug a crypto sloth, in real life. That's definitely going to happen. I'm super excited about it. If you don't already, if for some strange reason you know who I am and you don't know who Crypto Sloth is, please subscribe to his channel. Go find him on YouTube. This man, not only is he full of 100% grade A alpha steak, but he is one of the most southerly gentlemen in our community. You know, funny story. The day before PulseChain launched, I reached out to him and I was like, hey, I want a refresher. I want to know how to do things. I feel very crypto stupid. A lot of that is because I've spent most of my time working on Richard's book, working on Sci-Vive, and I don't degen, I DCA, and I hold, and that's it. So I get rusty, right, when it comes to things like buying Pulse, buying Hex. Now that PulseChain is launched, I haven't bought PHEX. Okay, so there's a good example. I did buy Pulse the other day. Thank you, Crypto Coffee, for your tutorials and getting me through all that. But it's great to have these kinds of people who are in our community and are so willing to be a part of the learning process and helping us get through all of the, I don't even know what you would call that, the technicalities of things, right? We forget, right? Because we're in this community, we've been here for years, maybe some of us months or whatever, but sometimes we forget how this is a different language that people don't understand. Most of the people that I've come across, when I tell them that I'm doing a tour about PulseChain and I say it's a level 1 blockchain technology, way over their heads, right? Blockchain, what the fuck is blockchain, okay? But I mentioned Bitcoin, okay? They understand Bitcoin. Most people know what Bitcoin is. So that's kind of where I find common ground. And I say, okay, so you know Bitcoin. Bitcoin was supposed to be a digital way for, peer-to-peer transaction. It was supposed to be this, it was supposed to be that. And it didn't really turn out to be that way, right? Well, here's this new, shiny, wonderful thing that if you get into this, especially right now, you have the ability to make many X's, not financial advice, but from what I understand and from what I've learned, this is what I'd like to present to you. So, anyways, I think what I was trying to say is that it's really great to have people like Sloth in our community who are willing to take, someone like me. Also, shout out to Chris Side Effects, because same thing, right? Like, I've been in this community for a couple of years now, and the fact that like I couldn't buy Pulse without having to have someone kind of hold my hand and like watch a tutorial and go through it, it feels pathetic. I feel like it's like that's terrible. Like, if I'm out here promoting this stuff, I should at least know how to buy Pulse, which I do now. But here's the thing. I almost feel like that's advantageous, because if I have to remind myself how to buy Pulse, if I have to remind myself how it is that I do these things and I take these steps and I go through these transactions, then someone who has never heard of crypto, someone who has maybe heard of Bitcoin, someone who is very new to this kind of technology, right? Like, how much more do they need hand holding? And that's the line that I've kind of teetered on, right? Is like, how is it that I can bring more value to people who have never been a part of what crypto is and what DeFi is, and how, Richard wants to change the world through all of this? Gonna like switch it up a little bit here and talk about Richard Hart, because you guys, I've never, so for those of you that may not know, most of you watching probably do know, but I only got into crypto really through Hex. I bought a little bit of Bitcoin, diversified thanks to Crypto Kool-Aid, and then just forgot about it. Didn't get into any communities, didn't look into crypto, didn't even watch the news, had no clue. I made a shit ton of money through crypto and then lost a shit ton of money, and I didn't know because I was just so busy living life and doing other things. So all of that to say, I did not start watching Richard Hart's live streams until the end, like maybe June, July of 2021, maybe even later, July, August of 2021, which is when he had started doing his outrage marketing. So, the Richard that I came to know at first was this outrage marketing guy. And a lot of reason I did SciVive was because I wanted to know really who he was at his core, and who he was, at the heart, pun intended, at his heart. Like, who is Richard Hart? And of course, obviously, wouldn't be here if I didn't think he was an amazing human and, worth following. But I didn't get to see until late 2020, mid to late 2021. I didn't watch his live streams. I didn't pay attention to who he was or what he was doing or what he was talking about. I just was lucky and fortunate enough to have been Crypto Kool-Aid's on board. And then Crypto Kool-Aid led me to Whales Only. And I listened to Whales Only one for about 6 months because he made sense to me. I was already looking into options trading, and so because Whales kind of speaks that language, it was just so spot on for me to understand what Hex is and how it works. So after all that, finally was like, okay, who the hell is Richard Hart? What's he up to? Now, what I'm trying to say is that it's really cool, as someone who learned to like get stoked about who Richard is later on in his career, to go back and to listen to his old streams. I have not listened to many, and I'm starting to do that now, especially when it comes to his SciVive content and his self-help content. So I watched a stream, and I'm probably not going to link it in the chat right now because I'm drinking rosé. I might post it in the description later. But if you want to check it out, Google or go to YouTube. Ooh, hey, let me make myself a sun goddess. There we go. Sun goddess on the rise, ladies and gentlemen. So I implore you to go to YouTube and type in Brent Nally, BRENTNALLY, Brent Nally, and Richard Hart. And what should come up is a video on Richard's channel where he and Brent talk about survivalism and longevity for hours. I mean, it's like at least an hour and a half, and it is so good, you guys. Like, I just did this clip. I haven't posted it yet, but I'm about to. And I was mentioning this, I think, so yesterday I did 3 live streams. I was on Wake Up Hex with DOSBomb and Furu Finance. And then Furu invited us on his channel. So DOSBomb, Furu, and I were all on Furu Finance's channel a little bit later in the day. And then I was going to do another stream later, but because of the bus, we didn't end up doing that. But I mentioned the fact that this stream is just chock full of amazing things. And if you think that Richard is mostly concerned with crypto, you're wrong. You are so wrong. Richard is not interested in cryptocurrency. Sure, he created Hex. Sure, he created PulseChain. He did those things because he could, because he was smart enough, because he knew how it worked, because he got into blockchain technology early. But you know what Richard wants to do? Richard wants to change people's lives. Richard wants to change the world. Richard wants to see people win. That's what Richard Hart wants. And that is why I'm so bullish. You guys, like, I'm not just bullish on Hex and PulseChain, okay? I love that Kaisa did this amazing clip of me being bullish on the price, right? Like, of course I'm bullish on the price. Like, I can't see it not exploding or mooning. I think that's absolutely going to happen. But what I'm more bullish on is seeing Richard Hart change the world. Because he can, and he will. He already has. And whether that's on a larger scale as a representative, who knows? Maybe he'll run for some kind of chair, run for some kind of government office. I don't know. I don't know if he wants that kind of pressure. I don't know if that's what his long-term goal is. I don't think he's ever spoken about that. Correct me if I'm wrong. If you've ever heard him actually speak about going into office, let me know, because that'd be super cool to find out. But when I watched this stream that he did with Brent, and I heard his conviction and his passion for wanting to change people's lives at a very core level, you guys, there's nothing more bullish than that. There really isn't. Like, price, fuck the price. Just forget about it. Like, things are going to come and go. We're in a bear market. We're going to go into a bull market. There's going to be another bear market. There's going to be another bull market. Like, that's all of that is going to come and go. But you know what matters is whether or not you are able to live long enough to make more change in this world. So, you know, one of the most famous quotes that I've seen quoted about Richard is where he talks about the fact that his cup is full and he wants to see other people's cups overflow. And what a beautiful sentiment, right? What an amazing thing to be someone who has the ability and the capability to impact other people's lives in such a way that they change their habits. They change what it is that they're chasing. They change how they spend their time, how they spend their money, right? How many of you have gone from degenerate gambling to investing in something that is long-term, that's going to bring you generational wealth, right? You are diamond-handed and you hold something that you know is going to change not just your life, but the lives of your children and quite possibly your grandchildren and so on and so forth. right? That's why we're here. That's why we're all a part of this ecosystem, is because I think we believe in something greater. It's not just the cryptocurrency. It's not just Hex. It's not just PulseChain. It's not just becoming wealthy, for the sake of being wealthy. It's becoming wealthy for the sake of mankind. Oh, y'all, I've got a clip for you. I cannot wait to put this clip out. I've been working with this editing software, and it's I would have had it done today, but again, just things with the bus, and I I decided to treat myself and check into a hotel today because it's been hard, and being on the road all the time is not an easy place to be. So here I am enjoying a free rosé at the pool in Charlotte, North Carolina. Y'all, I hope you're having a good day. Let's get back to the chat. I'm gonna say what's up. All right, so I think I ended on Crypto Sloth saying we Southern folk are pretty cool, pretty dope. Yes, you are. I agree. Bright Light says you're a trooper. Bright Light, you don't even know, son. You don't even know. And thank you. Also, thank you for recognizing that. Yes, I am absolutely a trooper. But I am not going to lie. I'm the kind of person who enjoys this. I like being out on the road. I like seeing new places. I kind of go back and forth with it, right? And this is why this podcast was no rules, no filter, no makeup, right? Because even though I'm doing what I love and I'm enjoying every moment of it, it's difficult, right? Because society tells us that we need to graduate from college, get a job, get married, have children, have a house, right? And just live that way. But do we? Do we really need to do that? I feel like I'm the first of a generation or part of a generation who's changing that narrative and wants to see another narrative become available, because the whole go to college, get married, have a house, whose narrative was that? Where did that come from? Who told us that that was supposed to be the way it was supposed to be, right? Why aren't we living in community anymore? Why aren't we raising our children together? What happened to that? I really strongly believe in Hexaco. I think you all would know that by now. If you don't, or you're a little unsure of what the heck Hexaco is or should be, please check out the Hex Guild. Shout out to D-Raj. D-Raj Moore, Dr. D-Raj, sir, I salute you. I love you guys. D-Raj, Eco Builder, Finbear. If you've never heard these names, follow Hex Futures on Twitter and YouTube. Follow Hex Guild on YouTube, and go to the Telegram, which is t.me/Hex Foodies. We haven't changed it from Hex Foodies to Hex Guild yet, but these are the people who I believe are going to build Hexaco physically. Like that's gonna legit happen within this next bear market. They have the best ideas. Eco Builder, I think, is one of the most underrated humans in this entire space. He's been doing so much for this community for so long. He has a campaign to, if you send him an address, he will mail you materials such as stickers, magnets, business cards. If you are in an area and you're the only one that's going to be putting Hex and PulseChain out there, hit up Eco Builder, ECO BLDR. Ooh. Will you hold on? Will you let me find it? Let me find it. Let me find it. Hold on. That probably cuts me out. Okay, look, I'm not gonna do it. You're gonna have to find Eco Builder, because he's an amazing Hexagon, like die hard, 100%. But if you find him and you send him your address, he will send you materials, which with you can distribute, right, amongst your friends and peers and things like that. So just amazing group of people. The Hex Guild, I really believe is the boots on the ground in terms of how Hexaco is going to be built. So check them out. I love you guys. Like, I love that I'm all by myself in this pool right now. This is great. Yes, I totally did luck out. So all right, back to the chat. Oh, D-Raj, you're here. All right. Christopher Davis says hi. Hi, Christopher Davis. Bright Light 57 says, hope the vaping is doing it. Yes, Bright Light, thank you so much. Thank you for checking on that. I'm doing great. So August 20th was the last day that I vaped, or August 19th was the last day that I had a vape. So the 20th was my first day of being clean and like sober from vaping, if you want to call it that. So from August 20th until today, vape free, baby. I feel great about it. And you know what? Let me tell you a little story. Because of that, I also just recently, and this is like it's like a win and lose situation, okay? Because I'll give you a little bit of background. In the last 10 years of my life, I've had 2 different partners that I was with that were all day, everyday smokers of herb. And my personality type, up until recently, up until maybe the last couple years, I was very codependent, very much absorbed whatever it was my partner was doing. That was kind of how I saw life and like what I became. And I was very much like water in that sense, that I would fill whatever vessel it was that I was near or into or next to. So for a good 8 years out of the last 10 years with 2 different partners, I spent a lot of that time getting high. And when I'm alone and I'm by myself, I really only do that maybe once in the evening. Get through my whole day, and then there's something, right, that just, I'm like, oh, I need this to relax, or I need this to chill out, or I need this for this, or I need this for that. I come up with these excuses, and I come up with this, idea that, oh, I'm going to smoke because I deserve it, or whatever. Well, after quitting vaping, I started to really have this change in my mindset that I didn't want I don't want to be a slave. I don't want to be a slave to anything. I want to be the master of my emotions. I want to be the master of my mental state. I want to be the master of what it is I put in my body and how I take care of myself. So the other nights, I actually threw away, I had this big jar of herb. I don't know if I can say words on the internet, so I'm being kind of careful. But I had a jar of it and I tossed it out. Now, mind you, I have another little stash, and I have still partaken. I partook last night and the night before that, which were the 2 nights after I threw away the rest of it. But I think that I'm on a good path. I think that getting rid of that is something that is going to really help me in the long term. I don't know that I'm ever going to quit doing herb completely. I think that there's a time and place for it. I think that there are certain strains that are better than others, and there are certain ways that my body reacts to a sativa versus an indica that, can make it kind of more of a worthwhile endeavor for me. But all of that to say that it's really beautiful that my life right now is all about mind control and controlling my own emotions and controlling the things that I put in because I've been on that tip for years when it comes to lotions, shampoo, my food, right? So if I'm so aware of what the ingredients are in my lotions and my hair products and my food, why shouldn't I be? I guess it's a little different because those things are recreational, right? Like, definitely let me know in the chat how you feel about this and what if you've gone through anything similarly, because I'd love to know your experience. But it's like, I just want, and even today, look, I don't drink that often, but we come up with these excuses or these ideas or ideals of like, oh, I had such a hard day, I need to treat myself. And for some people that's eating a fucking chocolate cake. For some people that's you know, drinking a 12-pack. For some people, that's having some weed. For some people, it's, you know, doing something else. Like, you know, but when does that become detrimental? When does that go from being something that is just a release of your stress or a release of your anxiety or helping your depression? And when does that switch over to something that's now controlling you, right? Or it's now, you know, it's like, I don't know, it's hard to put into words. I think you guys understand what I'm saying, but it's like, I don't want any substance, I don't want anything else in my life to have that much of a control over what my emotional, mental state is. So let's see what's up with the chat. D-Gen Dougie says, holla! What is up, D-Gen Dougie? Excited to meet you in a few days, too. Hey, Dougie, if you, and Sloth also, if you guys happen to know of places that I should run around in Charlotte, and I mean, this is what I did in Chicago, and where else was I? Seattle. I looked into coffee shops and libraries and different places of meetings where I could put up flyers. So if you guys know of any places in the Charlotte area where you're like, hey, this is probably a really cool meeting spot where people are going to look at the bulletin board, let me know. I'm going to probably do that within the next couple days, like ride around on my sweet little scooter and put up some flyers about the event. So keep me posted if you happen to know some place you think would be good. D-Rush says, aloha, sweet D-Rush. Thank you again for pumping my channel on the Hex Guild stream today. I really appreciated that. That was super sweet of you. Susie Q says, hi, beautiful SJ. Tomorrow is always another great day. XOXO. Y'all, Susie Q, girl, I know you don't stream, but you guys, Susie Q is probably the most positive, uplifting, smiley-faced human I've ever met. She reminds me a lot of a best friend of mine that I've had since I was in grade school. And she is constantly shilling Hex. Like, every post that I've seen Susie Q do is like, oh, hey, I was at this place today and I put all these postcards out here. Or, hey, I was talking to this person and I let them know about Richard Hart. Or, hey, I was here with this person. Like, she is seriously always shilling Hex. Like, that is her life mission and it's beautiful. And, like, straight up shout out to Susie Q, because you are, girl, you are putting in the work. And it's crazy because people like you, right? I know there's more people out there like you that are doing that, but you're not on, I mean, you're on social media, but you're not a content creator in terms of, like, you know, you don't do live streams, you don't do YouTube, you don't do things like that. And maybe that's even better, right? Maybe that's more of what our community needs, is people who are not on the internet, you know. And we need all of it, right? Don't we? We need people of all sorts to be doing things however they feel the most comfortable doing it. And but Susie Q, girl, she's got these little, like, it's a world, it's a ball that's a world and it's squishy, right? It's a stress ball, and she gives these out and she says, no stress with Hex. I have it in the bus. I still use it all the time. And then she has these cute little 4-leaf clover things that she hands out with the Hex cards, because it's like, hey, your luck has just increased. Like, you just heard about Hex. You're super lucky, which is freaking true, right? Like, if people knew what it was they were getting into, or what PulseChain is, or, like, who Richard is, how lucky are they that they're even hearing about it? Anyways, shout out Susie Q. I fucking love you to the moon, girlfriend. She says, looks like life can bring surprises at any moment. Absolutely. And that's what a great way to put it, right? Life just brings surprises, you know, and we just have to kind of go along with that. Danny Boy says, you're fun AF, SJ. Thank you, sweetheart. I appreciate that. I'm glad that I am fun. I try to be. Danny says, I live in a CND tourist town, and I'm just thinking, what if I saw a YouTuber? LOL. CND, is that Canada? Canada? I said Canada. Is CND Canada? I would love to know. I'm super intrigued. Crypto coffee? What? There's Crypto Coffee is in my chat. Hold on. Let me I need a minute. You guys, the GOAT. Oh, Crypto Coffee. I have to send you this picture. I was on my way into Charlotte and I stopped at a coffee shop, and across the street from a coffee shop that I was at was a place called Goat Island. Goat Island. And I was like, Goat Island? That must be where Hexaco starts. Because every Hexagon is a goat. Yes? Yes. Good to see you, Crypto Coffee. He says, you lucked out at that hotel. Yes, I did. 100%. Super glad to be here. Enjoying it. Loving life. Oh, man, let's get through this real quick because I'm way behind on chat. Love your positivity, SJ. Keep up the good work, says Hexbula. Hexbula, sweetheart darling, how are you doing? I don't know if you saw, I think it was episode, I want to say it was episode 3 or 4 where I'm on a boat. And I specifically called you out because you talked about the fact that you were vaping and you didn't want to anymore. So how are you doing with that? Like, have you quit? Are you trying to cut back? Like, are you cutting back on the nicotine level? Like, what is it that you're trying to do? I just want to encourage you. Super glad you're here with me. I am now, however many days, I can't do math, whatever the 20th of August until today is, that many days vape free. So I'm still doing it. I feel really good. And as I was talking about earlier, I feel like having done that has kind of spilled into other areas of my life. And I feel very good about it. I feel very good about my mental space right now. Susie Q said, how did you buy Pulse, SJ? Love RH Sci-Vive. So what I ended up doing is I was fortunate enough to have some donations from the bus stuff. And I decided, instead of because I also have income from another stream right now, I said, I'm going to use my other income to pay the minimum on my credit card debt, which is paying off the bus. And because I believe so much in this ecosystem and I believe that, in the long term, crypto is the better play, I decided to trade the USDC that I had been gifted to Pulse. That just makes a lot of sense to me right now. I hope you guys agree. I mean, I apologize. I hope nobody that donated feels shitty about that in any way, shape, or form, because it just made the most sense to me. So what I did, Susie, is that I went to Matcha, and in Matcha, I traded my USDC for wrapped Pulse. And then after I received my wrapped Pulse on Matcha, I used the bridge and I bridged my wrapped Pulse onto PulseChain, and now I have Pulse. From what I understand, that's what I did. I'm pretty sure that's how it worked. So matcha.xyz, and then I can't think of the bridge. I'm not even gonna try. But if anybody happens to know or is watching that knows the bridge address or website, please put that in the chat. I'm not gonna leave the stream and go do that because I think that it just blacks me out every time I try. So I'm not gonna do that right now. But that's what I did. All right, we gotta keep going. Susie Q says, RH glory, I see it. Yeah, girl, 100%. He is in this for the glory, and he's in it to change the world. And he's in it to do more than just create a cryptocurrency. That was kind of, I'm not gonna say it was the last thing on his mind, but when you watch this stream he did with Brent, or you watch, any stream where he's really talking about Sci-Vive, P.S., there is a youtube.com/Sci-Vive channel. There are several videos on there. Richard thought that he was going to lose his own channel, and so he started streaming on the Sci-Vive YouTube, and I think that there's a lot of really great content there, including, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe the stream with Brent is on his own channel. Either way, go to YouTube, put in Brent Nally and Richard Hart, and please watch that stream. I am going to clip and post some of that content soon, but you guys, it really, I cannot stress enough how beautiful Richard's heart is. The fact that he just wants to see other people win. He wants to see brilliant, smart, wealthy people live a long time so they can get a lot done, right? Like crypto, Hex, and PulseChain is just the tip of the iceberg with Richard. And if you don't think that's true, you don't know. You don't know. You have no idea. You have no clue who Richard Hart is if you think that he took our SAC money and went shopping. Like, who do you think you are to accuse him of that kind of shit? Anyways, back to the chat. Whew, I digress. Danny Boy says, great stream while on the road as a van lifer myself. Danny Boy, where are you van lifing? Would love to, I would really love to have like a van, like a Hexagon van life meetup. That would be super cute. Super cool. I know that, I think it's SeekHex5555. I think that's his username. He is also a van lifer. He's in Cali. And there are several people within our community who are already doing this. In fact, it reminds me, I created a Telegram group back in the day. That's a bunch of like Hexagon van life people. Again, I'm not going to leave this stream so that I can go find that channel. But Danny Boy, if you hit me up on Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, hit me up somewhere, DM me, and let me know that you're interested. I'll send you the link to that Telegram chat because that is where I'm trying to build the community of Hexicans who are also into van life and are traveling around the country. And how cool would that be if all of us had a meetup at some point? Orion says, evening SJ, you are right. Eco Builder is very underrated. Y'all, 110%. See that screen name right there? Eco Builder. Hey, wait, hold on. So that's not even right. If somebody who has the time and energy that I don't want, like I said, I don't want to leave the stream, but if you can find Eco Builder's Twitter handle and post that in the chat for me, I would be super appreciative because he is someone that is a day one OG Hexican and has been putting in the work since day one or before. And Richard has retweeted him several times in terms of his efforts and what he's done and the things that he's putting out there. So definitely someone to look out for. Probably one of the most underrated Hexicans that I know. Amazing human. Dougie says, when you get into Charlotte, honey, I'm there. I'm here. I'm in Charlotte right now, darling. So, hey, you want to have dinner? You want to have breakfast tomorrow? Hit me up. You got my DMs. Let's go hang out. Would love to meet up with you. I'm going to be here until, we'll see. I probably will be here until maybe Wednesday. I've got a harvest host that I can go to after the hotel runs out. And then, yeah, I'm going to Atlanta after that. But I've got like a week and a half between here and Atlanta. So let's hang out. Super excited to meet up with you. Bright Light says, Eco Builder and the Guild is doing amazing work. Yes, 100%. And it just blows my mind that people don't know who Eco Builder is. They don't know what the Hex Guild is. You guys, Hexaco is being built now. If you want to be on the ground floor of building Hexaco and seeing this come to fruition and seeing our community grow in that way, in a very physical, tangible, like I can touch it, touchy. If you want to see Hexaco being built, come to the Hex Guild. t.me/Hex Foodies, FOODIES. That is their current Telegram chat. Or follow Eco Builder. Hopefully someone put it in the chat. Follow D-Raj. D-Raj is here. I don't know if you're still watching D-Raj, but go ahead and link all your things or like let them know where they can find you. I'm trying to Finbear. Finbear's not on Twitter, but he's in Telegrams. Facing Reality. Facing Reality is on Twitter, Instagram, all those things. Facing Reality is another great person within that ecosystem. DM me. If you really want to know if that interests you in any way, shape, or form, let me know and I will lead you to the right channels. All right, Bright Light says, awesome, keep up the good work with no vaping. Thank you so much. It's, it'll be a struggle every time that I have a gathering or I'm with a lot of people, like people are vaping. So, it's a struggle, but I'm doing well. And I really feel like, I think I've gotten over the mental hurdles in order to not do it anymore. Hexbulla, what's up? Hexbull says, I'm still vaping, unfortunately. I'll be back in the States end of this month, and then I will stop and do those breathing exercises when I crave it. I promise. Good. I hope you do. I mean, it's, here's the thing is like, I've had moments in the past where I would yell at people that I know who are smoking cigarettes or, drinking too much or doing this, that, and the other thing, right? Like, as much as it's all out of love, I can't do that. I can't. Like, it's impossible for me to change anyone's. I don't know. Is it impossible for me to change anyone's behavior? Richard has changed people's behaviors, hasn't he? Right? Richard has changed people's lives with the content that he's put out. So maybe I shouldn't say that. Maybe I should say, Hexbala, fucking stop. You can do it. I believe in you. I promise that you can. If you just put that shit down right now and start doing the breathing exercises right now, it'll be easier when you come back to the States, won't it? Huh? All right, so take that with a grain of salt. But, I want to see other people succeed. I want to see other people do things that they want to do. And I want to see other people stay healthy and survive for the next 5555. Because we are all in this together, friends. Susie Q says Heart Eco Builder. And I think what Susie Q put there, I think that is Eco Builder's legit actual handle. Correct me if I'm wrong. But this right here, that is the sweet, sweet friend that you want to go find on Twitter. DJ and Dougie says, South End, Nada, Camp North End, Optimus Hall. I don't know what that means. Dougie, what does any of that mean? What are you trying to say? Oh, I see. Okay, good. Hex Glenn says, hey guys, hey Hex Glenn, good to see you. Thank you so much for joining. Dougie says, all good spots and areas to go and network. Okay, cool. I will keep that in mind. I'll look all that up, and within the next couple days here, I will print out some flyers, and I will go post those up. So I appreciate that. Susie Q says, lots of crazy laughy faces and a thumbs up. Omar Ayala, blue heart, thank you, sir. Hexybit says, hi, friends. Hi, Hexybit. I think this is the first time I'm seeing you in my chat. Billy X says it's at Eco Builder. So it's at ECOBUILDR for those of you listening. P.S. I have just recently started uploading this to Spotify. So if you want this with no commercials, no interruptions, and you have a Spotify account, look up the PulseChain Positivity podcast on Spotify. I think I have the first 4 to 5 episodes uploaded. So you can also find this on Spotify now. Super intrigued to see how it does there. Hexbala has a bunch of praying hands or thank you hands. Ryan Torres says, aloha from Hawaii. Aloha. I hope you're doing well. I hope that Hawaii is recovering. And dude, what the actual fuck is going on in Hawaii, man? Like, okay, look, I'm already on that whole, I don't even want to call it conspiracy, because you guys, like, the more that comes to light, the more I realize conspiracy schmiracy, like, the people who thought they were conspiracy theorists, turns out they're right. So what is actually going on in Hawaii? Like, did you guys see those pictures? Did you see how the houses burned and the trees didn't? Doesn't make sense, does it? All right, like, fucking tinfoil hat me all day long. I'm fine with it, but I'm telling you, there is something up with that. Hex 647. Hex 647 says, good day, Wild SJ. Good day. I'm going to end this stream real quick because apparently this rosé is getting in my head. Also, I think Crypto Sloth is streaming, so we'll send you all of this his way. Susie Q says, thank you. I want more. I'm a bit lost with the changes. I'm intrigued. Like you want more like Pulse and Hex and things like that. Susie Q, girl, that is so good to hear, because it's like, I feel like I'm not alone, right? Like, as someone, right, we've both been in this ecosystem. I think you have been here longer than I have, for sure, but we're people who, like, we maybe had someone hold our hand through the process and walk us through how to buy these things and how to get into Hex and PulseChain. So when it comes to us, going out on our own and accumulating oh, excuse me, rose all day, accumulating more, it can be overwhelming. It can be a little scary, right? Because we want to make sure we're connecting to the right things. We want to make sure we're using the right wallets, right? And I definitely understand that. So, hey, if you want any help, reach out, let me know. I actually did use one of Crypto Coffee's tutorials to help me out with that. So that's a good place to look for sure. Trying to think of who else has some good stuff. I think Hexo did one that was pretty decent. But yeah, I used one of Crypto Coffee's videos, and then I actually would like to make my own because, like, love Coffee, love Hexo, love all these guys, but I think they've all been in it for so long that they may kind of, not that they forget, but when you're in a community or you're part of an ecosystem for such a long time, it can be difficult to regress enough to be able to put yourself in a complete noob situation, right? And maybe that's not their job. Maybe they're not the content creators that need to be speaking to the absolute noobs, right? Maybe it's people like you and me who still, while being in this ecosystem, still need to have our hand held to get through purchasing Pulse. I still haven't bought PHEX. Someone tell me how to do that. Send me a video. Let me know, what's the easiest way to buy PHEX. I'm sure that's super easy. Honestly, I'm sure I could figure it out. But you know what I mean? Like, it can feel overwhelming, and it's really not. Once you get into it, once you connect your wallet, once you know where you're going, it's not that difficult. But just the thought of it can be so overwhelming at times that you just, you kind of freak out, and then you stall, and then all of a sudden you forgot to buy the dip and it's a bull market. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, thank you so much for tuning in to the PulseChain Positivity Podcast. I'm so glad that you got to spend this afternoon with me. I hope that you just get to enjoy life like I am right now. I want to dip myself in the pool, but I'm not going to because I've got this mic on. But I appreciate you guys. I love you so much. Crypto Sloth is streaming right now. Probably a shit ton of alpha going on there, so go check him out. I saw, can't think of it. Someone else is streaming a little bit later too. So, check it out. I appreciate you guys so much. I'm going to read this couple last quotes here. Susie Q says, God bless Hawaii, 100%. Diane, you're out, says, Nick Star on X is a reporter in Hawaii, and his reports are heartbreaking. The government is doing the unspeakable. My heart goes out to all who have suffered. 100%. I agree with that. I think that is terrible. I'm waving at you from my foot. Thanks for sharing that, Diane. I almost put my mic in the water. Robert Keeler, good evening, sir. Thank you so much for tuning in. I need to chill today, but maybe tomorrow we can hang out and talk about getting those cables replaced. We'll see. Let me know what time, Robert, message me later and let me know what time you're up. If you have time either in the early morning, probably in the early morning, because I got things going on later in the evening. So if you happen to be available tomorrow morning, let's get those cables replaced. I think I could probably do it on my own, but I like it when you hold my hand. It's nice. All right. Anyways, Diane says, ha 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 ha. Ryan Torres says, thank you, Susie Q. And Hexbula says, hand wave. Thank you, hands and heart. All right. Once again, thank you, everybody. Super glad to have been here. Diane says, enjoy your stay in Charlotte. Thank you, love. I absolutely will. Already have. I mean, I was outside of Charlotte and ran into some really great folks. Man, the South. I really like it here. I wish it was colder. But, all right, we're going to end it there. I hope you all have a lovely evening. If you are, don't have anything else to do, please go check out Crypto Sloth's channel. That man is brilliant. He's got a great guest on. Go hang out with him, and I'll see you all in the next one. Thank you so much for coming by. Love you guys. Bye.